Did we make it? Oh my gosh. Holy crap, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. The moment I went to go live and get everything set up, everything looked good, we had an internet outage in our area. And then it knocked my settings all over the place. Restream wouldn't work. Nothing was working. And so hopefully we are cooking with some gas. I think we might be cooking with some gas. Let's go. So sorry when you guys came in. I saw there was about 10 people that came in right off the bat, and then you guys probably just gave up on me. So hopefully you come back, you get notified, YouTube will notify you again, and you hit that like button, because we didn't give up. We were about to give up. I was about to step away and go for a walk or something. I was like, no, I got to fix this thing. I got to fix it. I got to come to the community. I cannot miss a live stream. When I miss my time at 11 a.m., I get pissed. So I got to come and redeem myself. But welcome. We have some volatility in the markets, of course. And so we're going to be following that today. We're going to show you the levels that we've been calling on this channel. We've been doing pretty good. And and here's the thing. Trading is all about waiting. Whether you're buying spot, whether you're leveraging, it doesn't matter what you're doing. A lot of it is in the waiting and observing what's happening with the markets. So then we can really make a good position, get a good entry, whether it be in spot, and you can kind of see what's happening. You know, you can study it a little bit more. You're not acting on emotion. You're not FOMO trading. You're not trying to become a day trader. You're just seeing when it's the best possible time to enter. Currently, we're in a bear market. We're at the end of the bear market. This is what's crazy, is that we're getting towards the end of the bear market, because inside of this sideways action that we've been having since basically 2022, besides some, quick parabolic ups, and we've been down since January last year in terms of against gold, silver, and the stock market. Altcoins have been down 95% or more. And against Bitcoin too, it's just been terrible. So if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, from the top, we had 126,000. But if you're looking at a 4-hour chart here and on the daily, you'd see that a big bear flag had been forming. So we're going to get into the TA here and show you why these three prices were hit. These three prices were hit because this is where liquidity and order blocks were sitting in the green on the 4-hour. Now that those have been cleared, that was from previous price action in support. So that led me to believe that this was probably going to be some of the stopping points and prices that are hit on the way down to finally hit the last point of capitulation, which would be at the 200-week moving average, or close to the 200-week moving average. And so with that 200-week moving average, you go on the daily, and let's see if it's revealing itself. It's actually sitting at 59,000. It's sitting at 59,000, $59,000 Bitcoin, and this is exactly where Crypto. If you look, the Crypto just today, 5 hours ago, he called for the exact price area that we were calling for. The question is, was this already? So if you look at this, we'll get make sure the quality. I don't know why it's as bad as people. All right, so if you see this, he had the same thing charted on his setup, where we had a bear flag, and we completed the pull to the downside, and that was one of the wicks to the downside. So we mentioned this in one of our videos and a few videos and on the live streams recently, that with those levels will probably get hit with the wick. It gets bought back up. Traders are, basically, scalp trading these areas of liquidations and where the market is likely to hit. So this is what's happening right now. We did it at this 74, but he has this golden pocket ratio area marked. And this is kind of where it's kind of like the middle ground of our price area, which is the CZ, Justin Sun, Black Swan, potential Black Swan event that hits the news, whatever, someone gets arrested or something happens. I don't know what it's going to be, but something. I can feel it. I can feel this bubbling up as the last capitulation event before we get clarity in crypto. This is going to be I think that final push to the downside. But what's so tricky is that Crypto puts a perfect example of how last time it took him 3-4 entries of getting liquidated to catch the long at 20,000 Bitcoin. And then all of the losses that he accrued from getting liquidated he got him back times 20x, 100x of his trade becoming in the $20 million in profit because he had patience. He was able to wait. He probably saw the trade go all over the place, but the point where he got into, quote, at least near the bottom is where this is exactly what we were talking about. The video that we made recently where we talked about this exact same thing is where it's you're not going to be able to time it perfect. I mean, it's going to be tough, but we are going to probably get some lower prices. And this is coming from Crypto. All right? And people were giving me shit saying like, "Oh, okay, yeah, 50 something K Bitcoin, 60K Bitcoin." But hey, anytime people say, "Oh, that'll never happen," everyone was saying we'll never go under 100K again. Well, guess what? We did it 2 damn times after everyone said that. So it's about time we start to inverse the noise and really just look at the chart and say, I don't care what you say. What does the chart say? Well, the chart's saying freaking 60s, baby. And so if you look at this right now, we said that the first bear flag, price consolidation is hitting. So this is from the first, if you look, from this resistance to this support is the exact price of where we're going in the first phase of the bear flag breakdown. If you do the second phase, this is actually going from the top resistance to the candle to the downside right here. So you're going from resistance to support, pull, and then bring it from this candle of resistance and look at where it lines up. Oh my Lanta. Look at that. You're not getting this TA anywhere else besides here at Crypto. I'm telling you, we might get some kind of little, just like we did here. Look, we bounced right here, and then look, they tricked us back to think that was it. Oh, that's the bottom to 79K? Yeah, right. I told you guys they're not going to make it that easy for us, and look what they did. They candled it right back to the downside. This thing could just do this. And every time you get hope is where you don't know where the hell that bottom is, but it's around here somewhere. So the point that I'm trying to make here is just like that Crypto was explaining. I want to see if I can find the part where he's saying, look, it took me like a few entries to get that trade. He's like, I got liquidated 3 times until I got the trade. So it's not going to be easy. It's not, but there is going to be some type of intuition or instinct that you're going to have to tune into, because it is true. I remember I felt this feeling. I remember when I felt it. Like I was ready to put in some trades. I had no trades open on Bitcoin and no trade open on ETH. And this was around 2022 or 2023. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was around when Bitcoin was like, I think it was like at 30K, 35K. And I just looked at the chart and I felt this feeling like in my stomach, like and I was like, I think this is I was like, this is the place to long. I was like, it just looks like it was like in a bull flag going that sideways, just ready to just rip to the upside. Like how the bear flag looked. Imagine that on the bullish side and then it breaking out. So I saw that and I was like, I got to pull the trigger. And so I put in an inverse perpetual and a USDT futures. And it was the money shot in the entry. And we have the receipts. We go back on the live streams. If you guys remember, if you've been watching this channel long enough, we experienced that. And because we experienced it, I'll just be honest, we're addicted to get to doing it again. It's not in the day trading. It's in the waiting and being able to just really like then tune in to that, because sometimes a lot of trading is feeling and trying to block out the noise so then you can really tune in to your instincts. Then you match it with the chart, and then you can kind of go for your 3 confirmation bias of why you're going to put in this trade. Not just a feeling, but you got your feeling, you got your chart, you got the potential macro setup, whether it be bearish or bullish, and then you can act from there. And that's, my friends, is the juice. That, my friends, right there is the juice. That's the alpha right there. Is like just being able to not let yourself get cooked, because you will cook yourself. It's not the market's fault. It's no one telling you what to do. No one's telling you to, making you click buy and sell. No one's telling you should get FOMO right now. Like, you can't blame anyone else but yourself not being able to either stick to a strategy, have proper risk management, and I've done it. I've had risk management, proper risk management, and turned myself into a robot, and then I proved I could do it. But then I, in that experience, realized that I malfunctioned. I have a malfunction. There's a part of my personality that gets a little excitable. I mean, if you watch the channel long enough, I get pretty excitable, and I sometimes do too much. And that's what can get you cooked, is you just do too much, you know? Like, you had it figured out. Now you just let it play out. But sometimes, because the markets are incentivizing you to do more, to do the airdrop, do the this, do that, and it's like, you probably could have just ignored it all, not bought crypto at all for 2 years and just watched it, and then see everything go down and up. You see which projects die. You just watch, and then you strike. It's like, it's almost like you could be a virtual investor and studier of crypto, and then once you have then figured it out, then you can put in your money. But obviously we're not like that. We want to be able to get exposure. We want to be able to really feel it. You know, I mean, at least I do. You want to feel it? Do you feel it, Mr. Krabs? And that's, yeah, we like to test it out. We're very experimental, you know? We wouldn't dare be trading virtual accounts or just like kind of sitting on the sidelines. You know, we want to test it out, so it's okay. But now this is the time to where whatever you have studied, whatever you figured out, whatever you understand the price action, whether it be Bitcoin, XRP, Shiba Inu, Litecoin, you've been watching, I bet people have been watching Chainlink for forever, just waiting for this thing to do something. But look, it has done something before. I mean, it has done something. Maybe you can figure out where if you've seen this thing have massive support, and you can catch a nice spot buy right here. If you really believe in Chainlink and you're like, well, it looks like this is about the support that's brought us up into these all-time highs before, and then you just caught a nice 3x, an easy 3x. Same thing that you could do with ETH. I mean, look at the ETH setup right now on WEEX. Like we showed you on WEEX, that there is a massive trend line that ETH is just, I mean, it wants to hit this so bad. It wants to hit that X marks the spot so bad. I'm telling you guys, it is just inevitable. We get an 1800 ETH. Now that, I would be pretty damn confident that 1800 would be a close bottom. Now look, we don't know. No one knows. No one knows with Bitcoin either. We have no freaking clue. Okay, but there are some leading, there's some signs here. Like we said, we got the 200-week moving average, simple moving average, marked with liquidity sitting around in the middle here. We could get a quick wick here, boom, off to the races. Matches up with previous support here. That's all right here where we had look. Okay, so I can't show this. I can't explain this any better, okay? Here, You want the orange juice squeezed into your glass? I am giving it to you now because I'm seeing it. We all should be seeing it. Look at how we just had the complete opposite happen right now. We have a bear flag playing out right now at the end of a bear market. Look at what we had started in 2024, leading us into what was the bull market. Was a bull flag, looking exactly the same. And look at how where we put the candle in the trend line in the line here, where it brought it exactly to the measured move to the upside. I mean, dead on. You can't make this stuff up, guys. So what they did is a giant a bull flag consolidation to really shake them out. 49,000. Boom, off to the races. This is going to be the same setup with this bear flag. Shakeout. It's going to really test your freaking patience. Like, can you be patient enough? And then kablammy. We just go poof. And then this is where I think we could have that massive liftoff area. And we get the quote, asymmetric, V-shape recovery or whatever it may be, going back up into, quote, the good times. And then that probably would end up looking like in inverse. We could already precurse it here with an inverse head and shoulders that would probably end up be playing out. And if you look at what's happening on the macro, it's institutions accumulating. They accumulated on the lows. They sold at the highs through the ETFs and all different types of modalities, whether they're insider wash traders on hyperliquid. They rallied all of the smartest AI algorithmic traders they could find and set them up accounts on hyperliquid and said, go. You'll be our fly on the wall. And also with Poly Market as well. And so we'll give you some news, some macro to keep up with. So Trump has appointed Kevin Warsh. Kevin Warsh is bullish crypto, bullish Bitcoin. He's bearish. He's bearish inflation. He's bearish, using the money printer to solve the problems. It seems like when he's been in his interviews that I've watched recently, he did not like the approach of how the feds under the Biden administration just threw a bunch of cash and injected 60% of the money supply. And now we know that most of that cash went into fraudulent money rails and funnels that fueled a lot of other people's pockets, but it didn't fuel the American people's pockets. We just got poorer and had to pay more taxes, and housing insurance went up. Everything went up. But for some reason, all the Democrats and the people that were involved with all of this stuff, they're just getting rich, and the Republicans too. See, the thing is that right now, if you really want to pay attention, they're just wanting the Democrats, the Republicans, and they want the civilians to think that they're at war with each other. Like, it's the Democrats, the Republicans. Guys, they print the money. They want us to fight. They want you to be out in the streets rallying for some social justice thing, especially the Democrats, but then also with the Republicans too. They just want us fighting with each other. So if you can't realize that right now, that's the show. And really what is above this is the ultimate world order control of the, quote, new money system, AI algorithm, or superbind that is going to be literally running everything and will dictate a lot of stuff. So it's we don't want to get too distracted here. So there's a lot of upheaval for things. And we really need to just remember that they print the money. And why are we going to get distracted with fighting with each other when we could all at the same time say, let's take our money out of the banks? See, they'll ban my channel for trying to even suggest that thing. And this is exactly what the banks are scared of right now. If you were to go to the bank right now and try and take out all your money, and we all did it at the same time as a rally cry that we just woke up and we don't need your banks, and we went into a network, we could just pick one. We say, hey, let's choose Bitcoin. Hey, let's choose Doge. Let's choose ETH. If we all just said, we're going to take our money out of the bank and then we're going to put it into ETH. All of it. They'd freak out. And if you went to go take the cash out, they'd freak out as well. Because that's the thing. It's all participation. You know, I kind of put the dots together a long time ago and really solidified them in realizing that the matrix is actually us. The control system is us. We choose to be controlled because we won't wake up to the fact that that's the truth. And if you do, and we all did, the system would crumble and we would have a revolution and we would ascend. But in order to do that, we all have to make the collective choice. And that's really tough. It's tough. Not everyone's ready to wake up to that fact, to tune in to that type of thing. It's simple. It's one thing. We could all rally and say they print the money, take it out right now. But we won't do it. We won't do it. That's the whole scam. It's you. Now, what's real interesting about crypto and why you should be way more bullish on crypto is the ratios of reserves and supply as opposed to what the dollar has and what the stable coins have on chain and with Bitcoin, and how most of the payment rails and systems are all going into digital. A lot of places don't even want to take cash anymore. And it's actually cheaper now to do crypto stuff or crypto rails or take certain types of payments, because then they don't have to pay Visa and MasterCard a bunch of different fees for settling through. So then this is important to know, because then when you actually have, like, you want to like transfer wealth or whatever, like, yes, you could like have just a giant bar of gold and chop and shave off some gold, you know, shavings for, you know, to buy some stuff. But let's be real here. You know, I think that most people have the phone and the internet and all of that stuff. They're not going to want a custodian gold. I think if the same thing happened with gold and everyone wanted to cash out their gold and then try and get the actual value of it, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But with crypto, you just made $1 million on a Pepe trade and you swap it right into ETH or a USDC, and you did it with like 0.5 slippage, baby, and you got all of it. And because of the liquidity pools were like hot, and you and thousands of other people were able to do it. It is only possible with that, like that, with crypto. That's what's crazy. It's been done. Now, see, on the other side, if you say buy a coin that's not liquid and it's pumping in your wallet and you try to sell it and you got hit with 30% slippage, I guess it doesn't matter that, like, however much you know, if you can sell it and you can get something out of it, I guess that's good. But you see the point that I'm making? I don't know if you're following me. I hope you are. But yeah, so there is going to be, I think, more downside. We're seeing it right now. I mean, I don't know, people, I feel like people were laughing at my video. Like, I was like, dude, I'm not going to get fooled again and get all bullish. Like, they're going to get, I am bullish. But right now, it is a bearish breakdown into shaking out people for the final capitulation. And I'm not the only one saying this. Crypto saying the same thing. And there's just a little bit more max pain. I think that they're going to want to get a 60K Bitcoin or a 50, I don't know, something in here. 69,000, somewhere 69. Summer of 69. I mean, it might hit 69 right there, and boom. But see, what we can do, you're wondering, you haven't even asked any questions like, well, what do we do about this? What do we do? Well, you can set limit orders. You can set limit orders, my friends. And if you're still paying attention, if you're still here, we showed you this level. We were talking about it for Ethereum. 1,800. You can set a limit at 1,800, and that looks like a pretty damn good spot to try long. Set a stop loss. We could get another quick wick to the downside, and then you get cooked. You just lost all your trade, and then you don't even have any liquidity left to be able to put in the trade. Just set your limits. Remember, you can set a limit. You can set a market. You don't want to do the market because then you're just getting in right where the price is right now. You'll set a limit and look. Okay, so 1850. You're going to go 1850. Right on the money. And then however much you're wanting to put in. Now, for something like this, and you're thinking like, okay, if that's the ETH bottom, I'm putting 500 at least, 500 USDT at least, for just a legendary trade. You're talking back up to resistance is $3,400. That's 93% with $500 on just a 2x or a 3x. I mean, you're cooking with some gas. I mean, that's when you're being able to just like scoop profits off this thing, and it's just like an ATM printer. That's what my Bitcoin trades did for me back, like the ones I told you. When I felt that feeling, I felt it. I saw it on the chart and I put it in. I was able to scalp profits off of those two trades for a while because it was just once it bottomed like that, it rallied up, it consolidated a little bit, and that's usually where I took profits, but then it just kept running. It just kept going. It would sell off a little bit, hit some resistance, and then it would find some support, boom, and it would just start to rally. And then at that point, it's a free trade. At that point, it's a free trade. And your goal is to not get, it's going to happen to you. I don't want it to happen to you, but it's going to. Unless you can really listen to me right now. If you make profit on your freaking trades, you better take that damn money out of the account. You better take it out, 75% of it. Whatever it is, I don't care. You made 10K, you better take 9K out of that freaking account. And you put it in some stables, and you put it in something that is going to keep liquid. And that you will not spend. Or if you do need to spend it, put it in the account so you can spend it. You will try and trade with it. You are going to do it. You will do it. You will do it. Your monkey mind, lizard, stupid monkey brain is going to do it. Look at me. You all do it. Look at my finger. You do it. We all did it. We've done it. And the only way that you can get past yourself, your greedy ass, is you take it and you withdraw it immediately. Don't keep trading. You just won. That's like getting out of the casino and going right back. You're like, and you just keep, and it's like, it's not gonna work. Don't do it. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from direct experience, do not do it. You only need to keep about 10% or 5% of whatever your profits you just made in your trading account, and then you compound that. But your immediate wins that you're taking, and you're taking those profits, you take them out. For the love of lords. I can't tell you how strong that feeling is to battle. We're so greedy when it comes to stuff like this. There's something that flips on. It's like a shadow version of yourself. And you gotta deal with that. Everyone has to deal with it. The big crypto face, he deals with it still. He's like, why did I not just take the He's like, I didn't take the it was right there. And he's just live. He's watching the trade just get obliterated, where he could have just scooped off like 50K. But because he's battling the psychology of being greedy, you see where it can go. I'm telling you guys, like, all the stuff that I'm telling you it will make you a master. It really will make you a really good trader. And it's not that you have to try and do this every single day. It's just when you apply these things to when you choose to make the decision to put in the entry, you understand the framework and what it takes to make the trade successful. Because there's invalidation, there's the risk management, there's what you know where it's gonna, you know where you were taking out, you know where it could go if it goes against you, and you have a plan. Okay. Now that I scared everyone away, because I don't see what no one wants to ever learn. They're like, what's the next 100x? I want the next 100x. Well, sorry guys, you're gonna lose, because look, I've done all that, and guess what? Overtraded, blown accounts, done all the things, and only by me doing this do I have the experience and the knowledge to be able to tell you what not to do, which is way better than telling you what to do. Telling you what not to do. Way more valuable, to be honest. And then you can use the WEEX link. You can use all the links in the description. You can be trading gold and silver right now if you want to. While everything is dumping in crypto, you could be trading gold and silver. Yep. So let's see. Silver right now, to really, if you think about it, everyone's wondering, why is silver trading like a meme coin? Okay. Silver is trading like a meme coin because they made it really expensive to hold long futures contracts overnight. They've done this a few times. I think they were actually successful this time when they tried to do it right here. They tried to do it right here, or I think it was right here, and it didn't work. So we got to 92. They pushed it down to 86, or it was down here where they pushed it to 80. Then they brought it back down to 73. But then the spot buying came in a lot harder than what they could bring it down the last time they did this in the 80s. And the same thing happened here. So then it rallied really hard. And then I think this is where the pin was pulled, where they were like, okay, that's far enough. And then that's when they pulled the plug and liquidated and made it really just margin called a lot of those longs, trying to push for our target, which is actually $150, $200 an ounce. So the target for silver still is in play. I mean, I don't want you guys to think that like, oh yeah, just because it's trading like this, it's going to go back down to, like 60 or 40 or 45. I mean, I'm going to take that off the table, but it's looking like, since now that they got the pinch, and then now you can see the wick here that happened, then this could be a V-shaped recovery going right back. This happened with gold. Gold broke all-time highs going to 4K or 4,500. It pulled back 10, 15%, and everyone's like, oh, and then now look what it did. Everyone got cooked, and all the crypto people were like, oh yeah, gold, blah. And then they're all trying to make videos on gold and regret not buying any. So let's not do that again with silver. So But this is why the silver market is doing what it's doing. So they made it really expensive to hold the futures contracts, had a margin call. So it's like, imagine having positions open and then they make it millions of dollars more expensive overnight to be able to hold it. They say, if you don't deposit $1 million into this account, we're liquidating your position. So most of those accounts are not going to be able to put $1 million or a couple million into their account overnight. They get liquidated. So that's probably what happened. Which gives an opportunity for spot price or whatever, or the paper's spot price for trading it on the open market. Like this was paper silver. Now we have a tokenized silver trading on all these exchanges, and gold, and the tether gold. It's like, so it's getting pretty crazy. So this could be a bottoming here for silver after this massive pump to 122. And we see liquidity coming in. Even on these tokenized pairs, we have over 10.2 million 24-hour trading volume on this particular pair right here. And yeah, so it's getting pretty crazy. So make sure you guys are checking out the links in the description. You can get a sign-up bonus. And also, if you're in the it gets you access to all the stuff in the Discord too. And we have the Telegram Signals channel. So make sure you guys are following all of that. And make sure you're hitting the like button too. If you're just coming in, we were basically breaking down and comparing our price calls for where we think Bitcoin is going to go. Everyone got real bullish right here again. And on this little recovery, I said, look, that's the easiest fake out they could give us. I said, look, they're not going to give it to us that easy. And it's possible that we could be going down into the 60s, into the high 60s or mid 60s. And then we bounce from there. But Crypto said the same thing. So we were like, okay, we feel a little bit better about being bearish now, because he said, look, we tried 3-4 different times in the previous bull market where he got his legendary trade where he made $30 million on this trade. And this is also not including his friggin' ETH trade, which also made him tens of millions of dollars. So he was able to catch close to the exact bottom, but it took him 3-4 times. He's being honest. He said, I got liquidated 3-4 times before I got that entry. And so he's saying that this is just the golden pocket area ratio of 68,005. And that lines up pretty, it could wick and just touch this box for, it could happen in an hour. It could happen in an hour. So if you can set a limit order, it's that simple. We're going to do this live on the channel. When we have the liquidity, we're getting that liquidity in, we're going to get some dry powder. We're going to do it with 2 different ways, okay? 2 different ways. We're going to do a USDT limit. We're going to do it on multiple exchanges, not just WEEX, but we're going to be putting in all of them. And we're going to hit those limit orders. Boom, boom, boom. If we get stopped out, that's fine. But we're going to set the limit orders. We're going to do it together. Okay? There's no gatekeeping here. We're going to get these entries together. And there's going to be a second way we're going to do it. We are going to do an inverse perpetual. We can do this on multiple exchanges. I wish every single one of them had it, but the reason why a lot of them don't is because they have to pay the Bitcoin and they have to pay the ETH out. A lot of exchanges don't want to do that. It means they have to hold reserves. Okay? So we are going to do this, but we're going to use all of the methods to be able to do it. We know we can set stop losses, we can set a limit, and we can know where and what can happen in our potential scenario and setup. Now, right now, I don't want to short. Why? Because I don't know where it's going to bounce. We could probably right now. The short opportunity is already missed. At least the best one. What was the best one? 126. If you shorted at a close to anywhere right there, you still probably are holding your short and you're just like Duck McScrooge diving into your damn giant chest of profit. So good on you. I'm glad you guys shorted that. I'm glad you were able to be, bearish while everyone was massively bullish. It's tricky. It's tough. It's not easy. especially when it's just like everything is leading to where it's like super, everything's going to go to 200K, 150. So this is, I mean, it's pretty, we have a high chance of getting down into these levels. So we're going to set the limit. So go back to inverse perpetuals. What an inverse perpetual is you're using the asset itself to put in the trade as liquidity. You're providing not USDT margin, but you're providing Bitcoin margin. You are using Bitcoin and you are using ETH, because we're also going to do this with ETH. And what it will do is literally print you ETH profits and Bitcoin profits to where you can just be taking them and taking profits out and withdrawing Bitcoin into your cold storage to hold for 10 years. You could make so much off this trade that you can then take out $1,000 of Bitcoin and then use it for a collateralized loan to get USDT to then go into a DeFi staking pool farm and mess around. I mean, there's just so much that you can do if we can get the entry. What it is you'll be able to get Bitcoin and ETH on the way up. And then that's value is also in curing volatility. Oh. And we're going to have them all open. Okay? This is what we're going to do. It's go time. I don't know when it's going to happen. I mean, this could happen tomorrow. It could scam candle, boom, right there. And the suits. See, the thing is they know we have no money. They took it all. We have no money left. The suits got it. They have the liquidity. They're the ones that can take the loans out at 0 interest still or borrow against their stock. We can't borrow against nothing. They're not going to let us do nothing. We have to work. We got to mine fiat. We got to go in the fiat mines, Minecraft style, and we got to go out and get that cash and get it in the damn account. And because the suits, I don't think you realize, like if we had a visual, the suits are sitting on the bull like this with the gate, and that bull's like kicking. It's like kicking that gate, and that gate's about to get blown open. And they're coming. They're coming for our freaking bags, dude. Listen to Kevin O'Leary.
I love the idea of innovation. The money center banks have been sitting on their hands for years, crapping on the crypto industry, but it's not about Bitcoin. Nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's digital payment systems. That's the potential. That's the amazing opportunity we have here. Now, the reason that will be important and why we'll get price appreciation on Bitcoin is the minute that happens, it will signal the move to the next act, the Market Infrastructure Act. And why that matters to everybody in this room is we will finally determine, is Bitcoin a commodity or a security? And when that is determined and regulated, Katie bar the doors, $1 trillion will come and index that asset. Let's all hope that happens while we're all alive here. Anyways.
I just love that he said, well, let's hope that happens while we're alive. I think it will. And we've said this with the stable coins. Like the stable coins alone, if you just go to DeFi Llama, like you can go to DeFi Llama. Do we have DeFi Llama? You can get on DeFi Llama and you can check what these chains are minting in stable coins and what their TVL is locked with stable coins. And then you can kind of see about that with how their DEX volume is doing. So then it goes into adding all of the protocols and the DEXs and the apps that are running on the chain, and it takes all that volume and adds it up into a weekly, 24-hour, percentage, monthly percentage, and you can see where the money's coming in first, because you're gonna see it coming on chain, and that's where we just need to be right now, is just look at where the money's coming in the most. And I think, because we've seen it before, I don't want to say it's guaranteed, But most of the time, just like how you would a company comes in and on the stock market, you have a publicly traded company and it's part of a particular narrative. And that narrative is strong. Then you have earnings coming in. The earnings look good and everything's looking good. Everyone's making money. Okay, the stock's probably going to go up by speculation, even alone, and the data showing that the company is profitable and looks good. Stock go up. Same thing as with crypto. You have a chain that is actually being used. It's generating fees. It's generating volume across trading in all aspects, whether it be spot and perps. And the institutions are coming in and using it to mint like billions of dollars in stable coins that they're going to be using for whatever they're going to use it for, whether it be state regulated stuff, a business. Now there's options for just a business alone to have its own regulated American stable coin, because now we have the stable, we now know what we can do with stables. We have all the rules put in place. You got to have the right reserves. You got to be insured. You have to have all these things met before you can even go near trying to mint a stable coin. But what he's talking about is that when we get the whole Clarity Act, everything passed, and CZ and Justin Sun go to jail, then it's going to be go time, because then there's no more quote, are we going to invest in Bitcoin and then have CZ dump on our freaking heads overseas through Wintermute? Yeah, they're probably not going to get into the ETFs right now as hard as they would like to, because their buddies are tipping them off. Hey, just wait. 60K's coming because these dudes are going to jail. Look what happened with freaking Terra Luna and Sam Bankman-Fried. Did Bitcoin go to zero and never recover because of these dudes? No, but it did crash. And then what happened? Everyone came, the suits came in and bought the damn lows and sent it to all-time highs. This is what my video is explaining. The one that I just recently put out is that this is what I am foreseeing happening in the future as another potential black swan event. If you guys haven't watched this 2 days ago, you should definitely watch it. It explains how the timeline of big accounts that are calling out CZ and a lot of allegations that are going on to Justin Sun now, and how they're both illicit and a lot of really shady stuff, is leading me to think it smells just like how there was just like grapevine talk before the crash of all the Block 5 Voyager, FTX going down. People were starting to withdraw their stuff, but no one would listen. There was only a couple accounts that kind of saw something happening where it just didn't seem right, and they were like, I'm out. They exited, they were bearish, and they looked like fools. And lo and behold, they ended up being right. So I see this. I see how we could get something like this happen. I don't know how it's going to happen or what, but that's what I think could be the catalyst that actually sends us down into this level, is a CZ, Justin Sun, Binance Black Swan event that lines up with us getting clarity in a regulated market where this is not the way it's been operating. It's not gonna exist in that framework. Another way to point this out, or to see how this is playing out, who's been following this and studying this more than me, is Marty Party. So Marty Party is very much on this same narrative that he's like, look, until Binance and these exchanges are taken out for what they're doing, which is a matter of time, this is going to continue to happen, but there's going to be a breaking point. Market structure update. So there, it's coming, guys. This is what I think the catalyst is. This is why these limit orders are going to be really fascinating. We get these limit orders, like I said, in this range. Look, the range is pretty simple. We got 69,000 and we got 66,000. If you're not too high leved and you can limit and you have your stop loss set and you're willing to get stopped out a few times to get the entry, it's gonna be legendary. And we're going to get it together on this channel. You want to be a part of the Dojo crew? You want to get the entry with me? Bell notifications on. You can watch here. You can watch on X, Rumble, Twitch, whatever you want, Kick, and whatever platform you like watching on. We are live every single day besides Saturday and Sunday, but we still post videos constantly through the week as well. Like I said, like this video here where we break down a potential black swan to get people, you know, at least mentally prepared for it, so then they're not caught off guard. And it's not me saying that's 100% what's going to happen. It's just I think my instincts and intuition are firing off right now. And if anything, we have another chance to really maximize, because we've seen what the market can do if you can remain macro long-term bullish inside of a bearish small trend. You'll destroy. Oh, we're going to do so good. We're going to do so good, and I can't wait. Last time we did a challenge, and I'll tell you what, you know, I don't talk about this much. You know, it's like, it's a pretty, it's not easy to do this. You know, it really is not. I turned $100 into almost $10,000 just trading ETH and Bitcoin on one of my first accounts that I started trading on. And my initial goal was to just get to 1,000, and I crushed it. I got to $9,000 from $100 learning, trying to figure this out. Second challenge, I wanted to get to 10,000 from 1,000. I did it. But in those challenges, in these markets, in all the capitulations events, the bearishness, everything, the black swan events that happened all throughout, was a learning experience for me to know that maybe when I came in, it was just it was at the right time. And I just continued to carry that bullishness into what would then turn into a bearish trend. And so what's the lesson? When you were right and when you were hot, you're hot. And then when you have hit that point where you feel like you want to continue, that might be the time to stop and assess what you just did. Step back, because then you're going to get so excited of what you just did that excitement is what will then burn the money that you're just going to burn it up. You'll burn it up. This is what I learned. I had to learn the hard way. It's tough. But on this channel, if you followed me long enough, the difference between me and the other people is that we don't freaking quit. We might be in the well, tossed in the pit, with just, crawling with the fingernails broken on the brick. And me and you are crawling back up that damn well, and we're going to try again. We might be at the damn depths. We got tossed in, cooked, and we're crawling back out. This is why this community and this channel is going to win over everything and dominate, because we will not quit. I don't care how bad it gets. We've proven it's damn possible. It's possible. Nothing that is great and that it does not come without a level of you having to go through some struggle to then really appreciate what is going to be on the other side of this. And I really do believe that. I truly believe that. It will not be handed to us on a silver platter. And I know that is the truth from God. I feel that in my heart. I feel it. And man, this, if anything, crypto will really test you. This market is going to test you. Investing or getting into a quote new money system, this will test you. And so I cannot wait for the people to experience being able to get through this and learn and use this to your advantage to better your life and your family and the people around you from you being able to gain this level of abundance and knowledge of what's happening in the world, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So guys, notifications on, and let's get this damn bread, because it ain't just for the suits, baby. It's for us too. We'll see you on the next one. They want us to fight. They make the collective choice, and that's really tough.